How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to never give up. If you are someone that wants to succeed, if you want to build a positive life and move away from negativity or toxicity, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how you can do that and feel satisfied with the work that you do. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep healing meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say the word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you were surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So this topic comes from the Positive Mindset Facebook community, and it's from a number of questions. It seems like a lot of people are struggling with situations, whether it's a family situation, a work situation. It just seems like the pressure, the toxicity, the negativity, the stress, like it just seems like too much. And so many people are trying their best. They're trying to move forward, and they're questioning, how do they do it? How do you maintain a positive attitude when everything seems negative, or just everything around you is not helping? It's not uplifting you. It seems like it's just you pushing forward through the world. And I think there's a number of ways to look at this. And the first thing is what I've been saying for a while now, and that's everything happens for you. But for this, I want you to envision two yous. So think about the you that's present right now, your body, your personality, your job, your career, like this person that's you. In my example, it'd be this Henry, like this human version of me. And then I want you to think about the full version of you. The full version of you is separate. It's an energy. It's love. It's this high frequency soul, whatever resonates with you. So it's this energy being that is experiencing life as Henry, as Jill, as Tommy, as this human version of you. And so when I say that everything is happening for you, I'm not really talking about the human version of you. I'm talking about the energy version of you, the true you, your soul, your spirit, your core, your source. That is what I'm talking about. If everything is an experience for you to learn, yes, the human you can learn through this experience, but it's really just a vessel that we're traveling through. The true you has the opportunity to observe and learn from everything. And when you're in control, when you're truly in that energy, nothing external can get to it, because it can only get to the body, can only get to the physical. And so when you're struggling, you're going to fail. I fail all the time. Sometimes it's on commitments, on mental commitments, on the goals I have, on trying to be this version of me. I have failures. I have failures with my thoughts where I wasn't who I wanted to be, where I've made mistakes, where I've hurt people, where I've let people down. It happens, and it's going to happen to you. But that's not a true failure if you're resonating in the perspective of your higher self. If we are always looking at everything as an opportunity to learn, even when we're in the pain, even when we're in the failure, then you are in control. You see, if you're at work right now and it's difficult, you're trying to just make it through. Maybe you work in a hospital and it's been extremely busy. There's viral infections, there's flu, there's sickness, there's all this stuff going on, and you're just trying to survive. We know that there's staff shortages. It's difficult. And you may want to break down. You may just want to stop. And maybe you do. But during that breakdown, if you can reflect, even just for a little bit, just think, okay, this is very difficult. Can I just find some gratitude right now? You may not feel good, but the action of finding gratitude, something positive, something good, you're building your energy. And that's the true win. You see, you can never lose when you're resonating with your higher self. Maybe you're in a relationship. This is a question I saw in there where it was a toxic marriage and it's very difficult and you know it's going to end, that you have to get out of it. That is a tough situation. Nobody goes into that planning for it to end that way, but that might be the situation you're in. And there's going to be people that are hurt. You are hurting within. You maybe feel like you're letting people down, like there's something you could have done that just didn't work. And maybe that's true. But if you step back, separate yourself and think from your higher point of view, there's still something you can learn. And when you're learning, you're winning. Because if this whole experience is an opportunity for you to learn and find love, when you're in pain, there's still a chance to learn and find love. When things are good and you're succeeding, there's still a chance to learn and find love. You see, we think that earthly things, that winning in the bank account, winning in the health department, winning socially, is highlights or signs of success, and those are the things that we're striving for. There's nothing wrong with winning in those things, but I can tell you right now, there's somebody that has what you think will make your life better, and they're more miserable than you. There's somebody that has worse situations than the ones you're in, but yet they're in more peace and comfortable with their life than you. So it's not about comparing each other, it's about realizing that perspective is all that matters. So when you're struggling, practice just for a second, a quick meditation. Zoom out, go into your higher self and find something to be thankful for. The more you do it, guess what? The more you'll feel that positive energy. When you're winning, when things are going good, stop, pause, practice gratitude to find something you're thankful for outside the moment. When you can view things past yourself, meaning separating yourself from ego, you are free from being brought down by things that are just affecting you. If we are just excited and happy when things are good to us, and then we are down when things are bad, even when it's not fair. You may not have chosen to be a single parent. You may not have chosen to be in poverty. You may not have chosen the difficult things that are happening to you, but what you can choose is your perspective. Because I promise you, there is a way to feel gratitude and feel peace no matter what is going on externally. It's not easy to do. I believe that's our life's work. Our whole experience here is to learn that. So if you haven't grasped it yet, that's okay. You're still on the journey. I haven't grasped it yet. This is just me sharing a perspective that I have right now. You are absolutely worthy of your feelings. You are not wrong for feeling bad that you're struggling with. You are not a bad person for feeling the depression, for feeling the negativity. But you are also bigger than you realize. You are connecting right now on this podcast with a frequency that you know deep down is true. You know that you have the power to change your energy. That doesn't mean you can just do it at the snap of your fingers. That doesn't mean you're going to learn how to do it in just a year. It doesn't mean that you're going to master it in 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. This whole experience is to serve you to practice this exercise. Your energy is a creative energy. It will create more of what it is that you're focusing on. Now, that doesn't mean if you focus on $1 million, you're going to create $1 million. That's a piece of the law of attraction, but that's a small piece. That's the physical part, and you have to mix it with physical action. If you want to attract $1 million, you have to do the actions that create $1 million because it's all frequency. And the same goes with your energy, but energy is in the mind. Energy is where you're focusing. Remember, you are the observer of even your thoughts. When you have a negative thought, it's not your thought. It's something that you're able to observe. It's a frequency going through your mind. When you have a positive thought, it's still not your thought. It's a frequency that's flowing through the mind. If it was your thought, you couldn't observe it. You are observing just as you observe the tree. So the tough situations you're going through might just be that. They might be difficult. They break people. Not everybody is waking up like you. But as you start realizing that even the most difficult situations, even though I wish you didn't have them, my dream, my vision would be everybody has a loving life. That everybody has abundance financially. That everyone has abundance in forgiveness, meaning you could make mistakes and the people around you, the people that loved you, would be able to forgive you and you'd be able to forgive yourself and heal and then not do them again. That's what I want for everybody. But the way to get there is for us to raise our energy. For us to build this future, we have to be the ones that can heal and forgive first. We have to be the ones that are the example on how to practice gratitude when things are tough. We have to be the ones that are the healing energy in difficult situations. So if you're going through a tough time, there's probably someone else going through a tough time similar. Whether they're with you or they're going through it somewhere else, there's somebody else that's struggling. Our mission is to be the healing, is to be the example of how to be in that love energy day in and day out. And that's built. That's not something you can tell somebody how to do. It's something that you just become and then people can see you as it. So practice gratitude for your situation. I know you don't wish you had the tough things that are going on right now, but more importantly, I wish you had that healing energy within you, that peaceful core to where you could just observe, where the bad things, the storm could happen around you and you would still be at peace. You would still see that higher perspective. Because once you do it, you teach another person to do it, you inspire others to do it, and then before we know it, the whole world is this healed, loving world that we desire, where everyone wakes up with their first intention being, how do I serve my neighbor? When it's just you, then you don't reap the benefits necessarily. You do spiritually, you do energetically, but once you do it, your neighbor does it, your town does it, the country does it, the world does it, we are all living in the most abundant society that could ever be created. If everybody's mission was to wake up and give everything they had to somebody else, and then that was reciprocated and given and given and given, everyone would have everything. It would be the highest form of energy exchange that can exist. And I believe that's what you're building. That's why you're going through the tough time, wondering, how do I change this? That's why you're struggling right now, looking for an answer. It's because you are part of the change. I feel like I am part of the change. We are in this together to be the inspiration for the next generation. When you heal yourself and you're loving and you're forgiving and then you succeed and become this influential person, whether it's the president, someone in your community, somebody at your job, you make the difference. So the challenge you're going through now is for you. Your perspective is everything. So zoom out, separate yourself from the ego, practice gratitude every time you're feeling down, and know that even when you're down, even when you're depressed, as long as you can reflect, you are in control. Imagine reflecting when everything is hard, when your mind is telling you all the negative things, trying to pull you down, and you separate yourself and you say, you know what? I'm not these thoughts. I'm not this tired energy. I'm not these thoughts of failure. I am just observing them. And I'm going to observe them, and then I'm going to reflect and look out into the world and find the healing, loving, opposite energy, and then I'm going to focus on that. And so I'm going to show that negative energy what positive energy looks like. And then I'm going to move forward, even if it's difficult. And I'm going to bring that positive energy where it's not. That's how you make the change. And that's how we become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you the perspective you might need in the difficult situation that you're going through. I know so many people are struggling right now, but I promise you, you are so valuable, and your healing, your energy that you will bring forward through this will help others heal. And so I'm so thankful that you are doing this. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to join the Positive Mindset Facebook community, it's one of the top links. Go ahead and join. There's more action going on, more conversation. And I'm just so excited for everybody that has joined and shared and really coming together to try to create this healing energy that we're looking for. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.